Okay, probability problems. These are tough. The best way to learn is just to do them, so let's get started. Here we have question 1. Tracy, hi Tracy, rolls a number cube. What is the probability that she rolls a 5 or greater? So probability is just a fraction. It's between 0 and 1, and it's favorable over possible outcomes. So the probability of rolling a 5 or greater, a 5 or a 6, is, well, you have two favorable outcomes, right? You could either roll a 5 or a 6, and you have 6 possible outcomes. So it's 2 over 6. It's a number between 0 and 1. 1 would mean it's an absolute certainty. 0 would mean it isn't going to happen. And here you have a probability of 2 over 6, or 1/3. So it's not too scary. It's not too bad. It's a good start. We're good to go. Okay, question 2. Stacy, hi Stacy, rolls a number cube and then flips a coin. What is the probability that she both rolls a 5 or greater and flips tails? Well, here we have joint probability. So we have the probability of A and B happening. And you just have to know the rule of multiplication. If you want to know how likely A and B are to happen together, you just multiply the probability of A happening, rolling a 5 or greater is 1/3, and the probability of flipping a tails is 1 out of 2. Multiply them together and you get 1/6. And you can think about it as this is our tree diagram, is there are 12 possible outcomes, right? Because you can roll 6 different outcomes, and for each outcome you can flip 2 different outcomes. So here there are 12 different outcomes, and the probability of rolling a 5 or greater and flipping tails is, well, 5 or greater and tails is 1 here, 5 or greater and tails is 2 here. So there's 2 routes through this tree diagram which will reach a good outcome for you. 2 out of 12 is 1/6. So whichever way you cut it, your answer is going to be 1/6. And we're good. Okay, question 3 is where it starts to get tough. Lacey rolls a number cube and then flips a coin. What is the probability that she either rolls a 5 or greater or flips tails? Okay, so this is either or. And here's the rule. A or B, sometimes denoted as A union B or A kind of smiley face B, equals probability of A plus the probability of 2 minus probability of A and B, otherwise known as joint AB, otherwise denoted as A frowny face B. Okay, so what does this mean? Your probability of either or goes up, right? It goes up. Probability of both happening goes down. Probability of either happening goes up. Probability of A or B is going to be smiley face for union, U for union, A plus B, but you have to take out the overlap. So that's why you have to minus the probability of A and B happening. Sometimes referred to as joint probability or denoted with a little frowny face. Okay, so here's how it works, because that probably wasn't very much help to any of you. Here's how it works. Our tree diagram again. Oh, I do love tree diagrams. We're looking for either 5 or greater. So she does something, and it's either 5 or greater is 1/3, right? Remember, either 5 or greater. 5 or greater is 1/3. And then you're going to say, well, I'm going to add these two to all of my tails, because it's 5 or greater or tails. So how many tails do I have? I have 6 out of 12, or I have 1/2 tails. But look what we're counting twice. We're counting these guys, this twice and this twice, right? We're counting them twice because we've counted them as we march through our tree diagram. We count them twice. So we have to back out the 1, 2 out of 12. So we have to back out the 1/6. We have the probability of A plus the probability of B, but we have to back out the probability of A and B happening together. And what does it look like? Because otherwise we would have double counting. So just, if you don't trust me with the diagram, and how could you not trust that? But if you don't trust me, just go with me and it'll be clear by the end of this video lesson, I promise. So 1/3 plus 1/2 plus minus 1/6 is the same as 2/6 plus 3/6 minus 1/6. So what does that equal? 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 over 6 equals 2/3. And that's going to be our answer. And we're good. Okay, enough with the number cubes and coin flipping. Fred has a bag with the following marbles: 1 blue, 1 green, 2 pinks, and 1 black. We'll call black BL. He picks a marble at random, drops it back into the bag, then picks another marble at random. What is the probability that he picks a pink marble each time? Okay, well this is pretty simple. We're going to have joint probability, right? So we're going to multiply them together because we have one event and then another event, and we want to find out the likelihood of both events happening. So that is our classic, probability of A, frowny face B, which is the probability of A times the probability of B. Okay, so what's the probability that he gets a pink marble the first time? Well, favorable over possible, right? He has 5 choices, 2 favorable, so 2 over 5. Drops that marble back into the bag, picks another marble. Gonna use the multiplication rule. And what are we gonna get? We're gonna get 4 over 25. We're good. On to question 5 and Ted. Ted has a bag with the following marbles: 1 blue, 1 green, 2 pinks, and 1 black. Okay, he picks a marble at random, does not return it to the bag, then picks another marble at random. What is the probability that he picks a pink marble both times? Again, we have probability of A and B. Probability of A, which is the first picking, times the probability of B, which is the second picking. Probability of A, what's the probability that he picks a pink marble? Favorable over possible is 2 over 5. Now the second one, he does not return the pink marble. So how many marbles does he have to choose from? Only 4. This guy, boom, boom, sorry pink, you're gone. He has 4 to choose from. And how many favorable are there still out there to the left to choose? There's only 1 favorable, right? Because he only has 4 marbles to choose from, because this pink's gone, and of those 4 marbles, this one's in his hand, of those 4 marbles, only 1 more is favorable, so that's how you do it. 2 over 20 equals 1 over 10, and we're good. Question 6, Jed. Hi, Jed. Has a bag with the following marbles: 1 blue, 1 green, 2 pinks, and 1 black. He picks a marble at random, does not return it to the bag, then picks another marble at random. What is the probability that he picks 1 pink and 1 green marble in any order? All right, we're getting good at this. What is the probability of A, picking a favorable result out of your first grab? And you have 5 choices because you have 5 marbles. But what is the favorable, how many favorable marbles can we pick? Well, we want either a pink or a green, right? And we have 3 choices to choose from. We could pick that one and be happy on our first pick, that one and be happy on our first pick, and that one and be happy on our first pick. So we have 3 out of 5. Second pick, well, one of these is gone, but we are going to have 2 left. Whichever one is gone, we still have 2 more left. So the next pick is 2 out of 4 that are going to be favorable. Then that gets us to 6 over 20, which equals 3 out of 10. So we're good. Question 7. Brandy rolls a number cube and then flips a coin. What is the probability that she both rolls a number less than 6 and flips heads? Okay, so we're back to joint probability with our lovely number cubes and coins. You know that joint probability is the probability that 2 things will happen, so it's using the multiplication rule. Here, the probability of the A event of rolling less than a 6 is 5 out of 6. There are 6 choices when you roll a number cube, and 5 of them are less than 6. Flipping heads is 1 out of 2, and your answer is going to be 5 over 12, and we're good. Question 8. Sandy rolls a number cube and then flips a coin. What is the probability that she either rolls a number less than 6 or flips heads? Okay, so now we're doing union probability, right? We're doing probability of A or probability of B. So we're doing the probability of or. And what do we got for probability? So what do we got for the rule here? We're going to add the probability of A to the probability of B, and then subtract the probability of A and B to get rid of the overlap. And you're like, I still don't really trust you on this whole subtracting the overlap. You'll trust me after this? I promise. So probability of A rolling less than a 6 is 5 out of 6. Probability of B flipping heads is 1/2. And look what we got here. If we just stopped here and didn't subtract the overlap, we would have a number greater than 1, and that makes no sense. Favorable over possible as a probability has to be between 0 and 1. It just has to be between 0 and 1. It can't be greater than 1. 1 is an absolute certainty of something happening. If we add these two numbers together, you can see it's going to give us an answer that's over 1. It can't be over 1. That makes no sense. That means it's like more than an absolute certainty that something is going to happen. It just doesn't make any sense. You have to subtract the overlap, and hopefully this example explains why. So what is our overlap? We calculated it last time. It's 5/12. Okay, so what are we going to do with all these numbers? Well, common denominator would help, right? So 10/12 plus 6/12 is 16/12 minus 5/12 will get us 11/12, and that's our answer. You'll see it's very likely that you'll roll a number less than 6 or flip heads, but it's not over 1 because you certainly could roll a 6 and then flip tails. So 11/12 is our answer. We're good to go. Question 9. Aaliyah has a bag with the following marbles: 2 blues, 2 greens, 2 pinks, and 4 black marbles. She picks a marble at random, drops it back into the bag, then picks another marble at random. What is the probability that she picks a pink marble each time? Okay, so how many marbles does she have? She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What is the favorable of the possible? That's 2 out of 10, so 2 out of 10 times 2 out of 10, which is the same as 1 out of 5 times 1 out of 5. It'll give us 1 out of 25. And it is that simple. We're good to go. Question 10. Amelia has a bag with the following marbles: 2 blues, 2 greens, 2 pinks, and 4 black marbles. She picks a marble at random, does not return it to the bag, then picks another marble at random. What is the probability that she picks pink each time? The first choice, she has 2 favorables out of 10 possible, so that's 2 out of 10 or 1 out of 5. Her second choice is what? She's already picked a pink, so it's gone. So she only has 1 more favorable left to pick. That's 1. And how many does she have to choose from? Well, 9. Multiply them together, you get 1 out of 45. And we're good.